we'll try to reconnect. They're going to try to reconnect right now, so we'll see. And worst case scenario, there we go. I see him now.
Oh, there he is.
Look at that.
Yeah,
there he is. Yeah, we're good. Bringing him in right now. Pitcher for your Oakland A's.
Not Oakland.
God, David. And I'm a native. Your pitcher for the former Oakland A's.
He was an Oakland A.
He was an Oakland A, now Athletics.
Can't say that.
I literally, like, after the show, I'm getting fired. It's TJ McFarland. TJ, it's Dave. I'm the dumb one. Jason, he's the smart one. Good morning. We got you, TJ? Oh, we froze. It looks like
Dave, Jason, how you guys doing? Thanks for having me on.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Hello.
Can we? You got and he's out. Okay, but can I just say this? So far, good start.
Yeah.
Not technically. Internet-wise, a struggle. But I thought the very first response, "Hey guys, how are you doing?" We're off to a good start. Right. We're fast friends. He's gonna try to reconnect.
I sent a message to see if we can try the phone if that's going to be the case. Yeah, because I think we definitely had a delay there, right?
There was definitely a delay. All right, we're gonna try. Oh, look,
that looks clear.
He looks like he's in 4K now.
Yeah.
Right?
Whoa, look at that. All right, we're in it.
Hey, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing? Thanks for having me on.
Great.
I guess we'll start with a hard hitter. TJ, look, you have a reputation of being a really fun guy. Okay. Somebody who doesn't who obviously takes your job incredibly seriously, but when it comes to having fun, you're the guy. We got to start off with what we know you were behind, which was this all white Miami trip theme thing you had going on. That's a culture builder right there, brother. What made you think of that other than Miami Vice?
I don't know. Throughout my career, we've always had theme flights, brings the team together, have some fun on the plane, especially when you're going out, in our case, out East Coast, long trip. So I asked Kotz, and he was all about it. He loved it. So we wanted to do this Miami Vice all white party type of theme to Miami. A lot of the younger kids really didn't know what Miami Vice was, wow, which was hilarious. So we ended up just doing an all white out party type of theme. And all the young kids actually ended up looking like In Sync. So it kind of molded into that. And we have a picture. We call them the Young Crew. So we're having a good time with the young guys that are coming up and really contributing to this team. But we're having a lot of fun.
So over the years in your career doing this and others suggesting other what's been maybe the biggest hit and maybe the biggest miss on these planned outfits?
Well, last year we did Canadian tuxedos. We did denim on denim to Toronto. That was a lot of fun.
That's a hit. That's a hit.
Yeah, that's always a hit. That one actually is costly though. You got to buy a lot of denim. It ends up costing a lot of money. One year we did to New York City. We did favorite SNL characters. So everybody did their own little SNL skit character.
Who were you?
I was one of the cheerleaders with Will Ferrell when they did the cheerleaders.
Good call.
So that was funny.
Jason.
But yeah, it's just a good time. It's a good time to bring the team together. And we actually ended up having a really good road trip too and continuing to play great baseball. So that makes it all worthwhile.
Where does, if at all, TJ, classic baseball superstition come into play? So for example, you go on a road trip and you smash it. Mm-hmm. Are you now saying, okay, this is a thing, we need to keep this going, or we need to bring it back, and vice versa? You have a theme and you guys just tank that road trip. Does that ever factor in at all?
No, it does. So we did it from Texas to Miami, and that game before we left, if we lose, and if we lose badly, now you're risking looking kind of silly and not playing that well. So I think a lot of it is you do these theme flights, so then everybody's like, hey, let's win today even more so then we don't look like idiots. And we ended up winning a series in Texas, which was a big deal, and then it made the plane ride so much better. Obviously, if you lose that game, you still have a lot of fun, and you're still playing good baseball, so it's not a big deal. But no, the superstition comes into play for sure. I mean, if we don't have a good road trip there, I don't think we do another theme flight without a doubt. I think God shuts it down immediately.
Yeah.
Speaking of themes, last week we talked to your teammate JP Sears, and he was talking about I guess what was the topic, Dave, last week? 100.
It was 100 men versus a silverback gorilla.
It's like that was going around the clubhouse, and maybe the bullpen. You guys have a lot of idle time. What's the latest, talking points you guys are debating on in the bullpen?
Well, that's been a big one. We still don't have an answer for it. I don't think anybody does. I think I'm definitely for the gorilla taking everybody out. I really don't see. I mean, we're talking average person, not top of their field MMA fighters or something like that. But an average male, I think the gorilla takes it down. But those are fun topics because there's no answer. I think that's why we like doing that in the bullpen, because it's just you go around in a circle and you kind of get your mind going a little bit. We do a lot of politics and religion down there, very
good.
Intellectual stuff. It's normally what we do. No, I mean, honestly, most of the time what we're talking about down there is stuff that we probably shouldn't be repeating publicly.
Well, when you look at, and you're aware of A's history, when you look at the history, especially weirdly enough, or maybe not, some of the best A's teams, whether it's the swinging A's of the 70s, whether it's the Giambi A's, and et cetera, their clubhouses were crazy in all the best ways. You had characters left and right, pranks. Just it was a, I don't want to say unique, but a very loose, fun clubhouse. So we love talking about this stuff because every interview you do, I'm sure, is like that 3-2 pitch you threw, and love hearing this side of baseball. But really, how important is that type of levity and staying loose when it comes to a winning ball club and culture?
It's huge. I think baseball is obviously filled with failure, and it's filled with individual failures in terms of just going into a slump or just not feeling greatest the last couple outings, whether you're a pitcher or a hitter. And I think staying loose and having that fun in the clubhouse and realizing that's what it's all about is a group of guys coming together for a common goal, which is to win. So then you kind of get past all those failures. But man, we have a great time in this clubhouse, especially because most of this clubhouse is very young. I mean, I think I'm, at 13 years, maybe 14 years older than the youngest guy in this clubhouse. So there's some inexperience, and with that, you need to be able to open their minds up to the young guys to like, hey, listen, we're still having fun. Yeah, this is the big leagues, but let's have fun. Let's play hard. Let's go out there and try to win every day. And regardless if we win or lose, we kind of all act the same way, which is great.
And it just looks in watching you guys, TJ, that you guys are building confidence. Obviously, the success is starting to happen. You're getting more wins. Even last night, it wasn't a win, but you did come from behind, got the lead, and then had a chance to still win it when the lead was lost in the ninth. So what is the kind of the winning series here and the wins over the last couple of weeks done for that clubhouse?
Well, it makes them believe. It makes all of us believe. I mean, I've been saying it since day one. That's why I signed here. I saw it last year, and I knew we were going to take another big step forward this year. But I think the guys are starting to believe it. Winning ball clubs, whether you win or lose on that day, you show up the next day knowing you're going to win again. There is no like, oh, we lost and then we're going to lose 6 in a row. It's like I think we're starting to turn the tide, and I think we're showing everybody that we're a presence in this league. And it's exciting. And I think these young guys are really hungry to continue to feel that. We got a taste of it last year, and now we're having some success this year, and we don't want it to go away. So we're going to show up every day with, I wouldn't say arrogance, but it's that confidence that no matter what situation we're in, we can find a way to win. And we've been doing that.
TJ McFarland joining us just hours away from a day game. You'll be out at Jason against the Mariners at Sutter Health Park. Through the years of covering sports, TJ, one thing we've learned is there's very few things as powerful for a clubhouse, for a locker room, as an us against the world mentality, nobody believes in us mentality. And to say the A's situation is unique, and I say this again as a native Sacramento, we're very proud of our city, but you're playing in a minor league park. You're playing in a city that's going to you're going to temporarily be at, most likely. There's a lot of stuff flying around the reputation of the A's being cheap and this and that, whatever. Is there a way you guys, it seems like you found a way to kind of sphere that into hey, block out the noise, let them not believe in us. Let's all, like in the movie Major League, let's all give them a nice big, blank burger to eat. It feels like you're doing that.
We are. I think Katse's really set the tone for us too. And he speaks on it, not a whole lot, but when he does, it's meaningful. And basically he's just, get rid of the distractions. There are distractions. They'll be there. They're not going away. It's something that we have to deal with. And it's something that, if we are doubted, we have a chip on our shoulder. And I think we're playing with a little bit of a chip, and that's it's really coming to succeed on the field. But really it brings us together. All those distractions outside, having theme flights, having our special things that we do after we win that's ours. I think that's really defined who we are internally, and that's made us kind of overcome these adversities in terms of the distractions.
How about getting comfortable in Sacramento? You've been here a little bit of time. Each homestand, each week that goes by, you getting familiar with some of the spots around Sacramento?
Yeah, a little bit. I haven't really explored downtown too much. I live out in Roseville, so it's a good 30 minutes.
So do I.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area. I love it out there. But I haven't had enough time to really sink my teeth into any like bars or restaurants downtown. Our schedule's only a week at home, week on the road, because we have to kind of coordinate with the River Cats. So we never really get a whole bunch of time at home at all. And we have no off days at home besides tomorrow. It's the only off day we had in Sacramento. So hopefully I get to explore a little bit more.
Well, I can tell you there's a brand new Safeway on Pleasant Grove and Fittyment. That's amazing. They got some great deals.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting stuff going on in Roseville, TJ. When you talk about keeping stuff loose, you've been around a minute. You just talked about that. And you look at old clips and the days of the hot foot, the shaving creamer bubble gum on top of the hat, even the rally cap in general. TJ, are we losing the spice of the prank in baseball, as it seems like they're not what they were? And does that, in your opinion, need to come back? Do we need to see more people on fire is basically what I'm asking.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I need to be in the dugout more or something, but the pranks for me have never gone away. So maybe we need to start doing more pranks in the dugout.
Do you have a favorite?
I get casted out to the bullpen. I guess nobody gets to see mine at all.
What's your go-to? Do you have a favorite in the rotation of pranks?
Well, my favorite thing to do is, last night we had Kurtz try to catch a fly ball, and he face planted. I think it was the second time now that he's face planted. And I wanted to pull a prank of doing the outline of the tape on the field. That's my favorite one. Yeah. But we lost it. We lost a tough one last night, and maybe let's take the series first before we start pulling some pranks like that. But no, those are my favorite ones, because at the end of the day, it's like, listen, we're all here having fun. It's a kid's game. That's let's have some fun and win some games. So
I don't know, Dave. I see the visual. Like everybody's in the clubhouse and TJ runs in. Guys, you got to see this. Come out to the field and there's just the body layout of Kurtz.
That's beautiful.
I think he's perfect. Oh my goodness. Hey TJ, we do a thing on the show where we pick a player a day to get a hit. It's called streaking. If they get a hit, you get a hitting streak and you move on. You just can't pick the same player again. So we thought, look, the A's are playing today. Let's ask an A's expert. Right. You know who can hit on your team. So Dave and I need a player today. Who would you pick? Like your pick to click to get a hit for you guys. They just need to get a hit. One hit today.
One hit.
One hit?
Yeah.
Well, my pick to click today is going to be Kurtz. I know we were talking about Kurtz. That's my pick to click. He's gonna go off today. I know he is.
Okay. Perfect.
He's a day game warrior. So I like my odds with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, since you did that for us, and maybe you've heard this, you never know, but we, as a fellow Rosevillian, I'll hand you a talking point. One thing we moved past the gorillas, sort of that's in the rear view now, TJ, and we're now the new one we've been going over is if you could assign an infinite amount of liquid to come out of each finger on one of your hands for the rest of your life, what liquid would you assign each finger? And the key here is this: it can be any liquid, but
like, give us some examples.
So for example, I did like Fiji water in my thumb, gasoline in my finger, root beer in my middle finger, because why not? Stuff like that. The only caveat is you can't poon out and be like, oh, I'm going to do liquid gold, and make $1 million. Right. It's got to be like day-to-day stuff. So I don't know if you have any off the top of your head, or maybe
the gasoline. I feel like you got to do gas.
Easy,
most practice.
Saver. Yeah.
Water for sure, is why not?
Mm-hmm.
But man, what else would you do?
Yeah, you got 3 liquids left.
A lot of people take in versions of beer or alcohol or
booze.
Beer. I didn't want to sound like I need a beer all the time, but
wine,
pepper
spray. Somebody, one of my wife's friends. She said I'd put pepper spray. It made sense on my pointer finger.
So.
I'm walking through a parking lot. I just point my finger at the assailant and see you later, Gator. So we can be creative.
I think I would do milk too, just for my son. I don't have to go in the fridge anymore.
What percent?
Oh, well, it would have to be whole. I gotta pick them up. I gotta get them. I say milk, and I'm lactose intolerant. I won't even.
But you're thinking of others.
Just stick your finger in the cereal bowl, though. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you on? Was it true? Were you on? Was it carpool duty, or what did you have this morning? You have a busy morning or something? I heard.
No. I just I was gonna take the call in the car, but I figured the Zoom would be better. So
gotcha.
This morning. The traffic's not. It's not easy during the day game. So I think this is the last midweek day game that we have for a while. So that'll be nice.
Well, look, welcome aboard.
Yes.
Honestly, I know we're not New York, LA, or Chicago, but there are definitely some cool things here. Definitely a lot of cool foods. The people here are fantastic. Also, I know this is way belated because in reading about you, TJ, just always try to find some interesting things. Please, I apologize if I'm getting anything wrong here, but you made a promise that you would get your degree enrolled. I think it was University of Phoenix. I want to say it was about 6-7 years ago. Did you graduate? And congratulations on that. I always love those stories because you don't need to do that, but you did it. You fulfilled a promise. That's really cool.
Yeah, I got drafted out of high school, and the only way my parents allowed me to do that was, hey, you need to take school the moment you sign. And I was like, okay, great. So after I signed the dotted line with Cleveland, they drafted me. I registered for University of Phoenix and continued my college career. And it took me 11 years to get the degree, and I didn't become a doctor. So it's, but I did get the degree, and I got a degree from University of Phoenix in finance. Private wealth management certificate. So that would be kind of where I would go post-playing career. But no, education has always been a huge part of my family, and my dad was so proud of me when I did it, and as well as myself. It's just something that I'm really proud of that I was able to do while playing baseball.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And so we'll look you up when your playing career's over.
Yeah. For financial advice.
Financial advice, brother. 401ks and all that fun stuff.
Right.
So,
all the exciting
business.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Hey, look, good luck today. It's all, especially on a day game, we know there's routine, there's different things. We really appreciate you making the time for us and just being so good to the fans in general. A lot of people listening right now, super excited. The A's are in town, and keep that clubhouse loose, brother. We hope to talk to you again this summer.
Thanks again. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Go A's.
Thank you.
Exciting stuff over there. We're gonna start winning a lot of games, so we're fun. It's gonna happen.
You got it, brother. Good
Awesome.
luck today
Thank
against
you.
the Mariners. Thanks, TJ.
Yep. Bye.
That's TJ McFarland. Yeah, as promised. He's a fun dude.
The A's have not disappointed.
TJ rocks.
He does. He does. By the way, I look once we get it together, it actually looked really good.
You did or he?
No,
did?
no, he with the
You
the
did.
A's background. And
Yeah.
all that was
clean.
The A's
Phenomenal.
the A's have been great.
Yeah.
But can I say something? And I know you'll agree with it. Despite and regardless of the periphery, the A's have never not been great to us.
That's very true. That's very true.
Even when we were going down there for spring training, we were carrying their game. They went out of their way to, say what you want about ownership and Vegas and all the media folk with the A's have just been fantastic. And as long as they'll keep doing it, we plan on bringing you A's coverage, A's players throughout the summer. And it could start getting real spicy here as the season progresses as well with them winning ball games.
I mean, this is fun. Like we said earlier, the stretch they're in, still playing Seattle is a big one. If they can get it down to 1 game deficit, if they win today, the Yankees coming in this weekend, then they go to the Dodgers and the Giants next week. I mean, this is they're getting tested and measured, and so far they've been responding.
June, July, August, September. We won't count October, and we won't even count we'll count the rest of May. Let's count that as an extra month, May, and then the top of October. So that's 5 months, 4 weeks per month. That's somewhere in the neighborhood, plus or minus 20 more A's guests if we got one every week. I would put the over under at 3.5. The amount of times at any point, intro, interview, or outro, I refer to them as Oakland.
Oh yeah,
you take the over under 3.5 out of 20.
Over. Yeah. But that's okay. It was an icebreaker too for TJ, who he'd been on the Oakland A's. So.
He had.
Yeah. Now he's just an athletic. You guys are neighbors.
We are.
And
honestly.
you might see him at the Safeway hanging out tomorrow.
A lot of people locally going over there. There's a lot of fun.
About it.
New stuff opening up all the time. There's also, Timber Creek Golf Course right there.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. So
I bet he's probably a great golfer too, like everyone else.
I hit it about, what was it, JP?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm over 300. Of course you are.
We'll take a break. When we come back, the Pacers played yesterday, and they'll play again tomorrow. That's the news update on them. They take a 2-0 lead over the Cavaliers. We also got what to watch as well. Yet another fun. Look, fall is the best, I believe. This is the second best time of year for sports. A lot of good stuff coming on tonight. And then we'll have celebrity birthdays and cross out. Don't forget, we're also going to give you that 12-pack of Crumble cookies just in time for Mother's Day. We'll be right back after this.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the